A very good evening to you and welcome to this week's edition of Breeding to Win. We've just got through a very busy week down in Cape Town with the Sun Met, and we will be bringing you on tonight's show the highlights from a wonderful day's racing. We're already starting our retired horses series, and our first horse that we go and see this week is Run For It out at the farm in Steenberg, a lovely new series that we will be running, and we will be seeing lots of retired horses over the coming weeks. And finally, we will be playing out with me chatting to Grant Knowles about the upcoming Claverflay farm sale on the 28th of March. It's a lot of prize money up for grabs, 225,000, and it's an absolutely superb family day out as well. So without further ado, let's take a look at what a wonderful day's racing we had out at Kenilworth this Saturday. It was Sun Met Day, lots of feature races on the day, and what a fabulous day it was.
3-2 Charlie. Vasim is creeping closer in the centre of the course. That one's got running in him too as they come down to the final 300, and Spring Break is just in behind the leading group. Sarah's come off the bridle at this stage. She's dropped well back as they come to the final 300. Meantime, Mr. Cobbs has put his head in front. Vasim, 3-2 Charlie up the outside. Invidia, deeper out in the track, is coming home strongly. Also trying to get into this Cartel Captain over towards the inside. Invidia sweeps into the lead as they come to the last 100, and he's going on strongly. Cartel Captain down the inside and Vasim, but Invidia goes on to win from Cartel Captain. Vasim was in behind those. They were followed by 3-2 Charlie. Mr. Cobbs was further back with Stereo Walk. Al Rams was in behind those. They were then followed by Put On the Red Light. They being followed by On My Mind, who came a little wide into the straight. Snow Report is in behind that, and Sash Dev tries to creep closer. Invisible racing in behind that. Got the Green Light is going to deliver his run in the centre. They race inside the final 400 metres now, and Prince of Persia still on the lead, but now Count Jack comes alongside and puts his head in front. Sash Dev is out after them, and Invisible just in behind his. Snow Report towards the outside. Got the Green Light, but Count Jack has slipped the field inside the final 150. Sash Dev is trying hard in behind that. Count Jack is in front. Sash Dev is reeling him in, but Count Jack is going to last long enough. Count Jack stays on to win it. Sash Dev behind that. Flashing home was Sovereign Secret. Invisible was back along the inside.
R1 million, and they're racing away from that 1,000 metre marker. Run Fox Run and Bold Respect began well. Pleased to meet you wider out in their track. Princess Rebel shows speed down along the inside. The white cap of Celestial Storm. Racing further back in the field is Russet Air. Then came behind that towards the outside of them, Elusive Trader. Casimir's got about 5 to make up now as they enter the final 500 metres. Down the centre of the track, in fact on the outside, Pleased to Meet You has it from Princess Rebel. Right down the inside, Celestial Storm. Run Fox Run has got 3 to make up. Running on the outside is Pacific Trader. Bold Respect is also running on now as they come inside the last 200 metres. The action is down the centre. Bold Respect, Run Fox Run is running on strongly. Celestial Storm, and down the inside is Russet Air is also finishing strongly. It's Russet Air coming at Bold Respect. These are the two. Bold Respect, Russet Air, here it comes. I think Russet Air shorted from Bold Respect. Run Fox Run, Casimir flew up late, and behind that Chimichurri Run.
I'd say they're giving them 10 or 11 length start as they start the turn for home. Silvano's Pride is the leader with third runway. It looks to move in the green. Queen Supreme's in the yellow. Helen's Ideal. Celtic Sea is back at the rail. Clouds Unfold is in the blue and looking for a way through towards the inside. They come to the 300. Silvano's Pride. Celtic Sea goes for home. Queen Supreme's under pressure. Temple Craffen looking to get going now as well, and they're followed by Kelpie, who's back along the inside. It's Celtic Sea who's in front. Temple Graffin, and now Clouds Unfold is flying, and Clouds Unfold is coming out of the pack, and Clouds Unfold motors home and gets there. Celtic Sea behind that. They were followed by Kelpie or Temple Graffin behind them. You can see he's digging those toes, but he's going in inch by inch. Just close the back gate. He's almost there. Got him in 2,000 metres. Handler to come away. The Sunmet, are you ready? And away they go to the roar of the Sunmet crowd from that 2,000 metre marker. And One World is one of the early leaders. Racing there with them as Head Honcho, and Rainbow Bridge is up in third. Twist of Fate behind those leaders, and they've been followed by Bunker Hunter runs behind that, Eyes Wide Open. Undercover Agents further back, More Magic, Awam's in the blue, and they race their 9 or 10 lengths from those leaders. They've been followed by Pack Leader. Vardy is further back in the field as well. Do It Again as one of the trailers with Majestic Mozart. They go along now, and Head Honcho's the leader. Head Honcho takes them through the 1,000 metre area, leads the way and has a 2-length lead. They're going at decent speed. One World is racing in the second spot. Rainbow Bridge and Ryan Moore are beautifully placed. Rainbow Bridge is third and is 5 lengths off that leader. They've been followed by Bunker Hunt, who runs behind that. Twist of Fate is further back in the field. Undercover Agent and Eyes Wide Open. Hawam moves together now with More Magic. Then it's Vardy behind that. Pack Leader further back in the field. Majestic Mozart and Do It Again's going to swing for home, and I'd say is 16 lengths off them. They homeward bound now in the Sunmet as they come for home. And it's in front. Head Honcho leads the way. One World is second. Rainbow Bridge is back in the third spot. They followed by Bunker Hunt to the white cap as 4 or 5 off the leader. Twist of Fate is there at the rail. Undercover Agent. Hawam is coming right in the middle in the blue, but they got Rainbow Bridge to beat now. 300 metres left to go. Rainbow Bridge has taken it up. One World is back on the inside. Hawam is also further back in the field. It's Rainbow Bridge in front with One World. Hawam trying to close. Twist of Fate is further back. Rainbow Bridge and One World are going together. Stride for stride. It goes to One World. Rainbow Bridge was second. Third got close. Twist of Fate or Hawam. It's one of those. Maybe Hawam, but tight for third. But One World has come here today to prove 2,000 metres is no problem as he takes the Sunmet in a great challenge.
We'll be running an exciting new series on retired horses over the coming weeks, and we started with our first one, Run For It, out at Fairhill Farm in Steenberg this week, and it was a real pleasure to see these old retired horses enjoying their forever life. And Sarah Ray took time to chat to us about his retirement and how she enjoys riding him. Run For It was trained by Justin Snaith, and he had a good career, didn't he, in racing?
Yes, and it's amazing to, you try to get them the best possible homes. And Barry and Sarah Ray, they're in Swanswijk, which is Steenberg Upper, I like to call it. But he was one of my favorites, I must be honest. I used to ride him a lot. When we do the beach trips and things like that, he was my favorite horse to ride. And he was probably one of the most unluckiest horses that I ever trained. He ran second in the Cape Guineas. He ran second in the Cape Derby. He ran second in the Vodacom Durban July. He ran fourth in the Met. And I tell you what, if you've got to go watch that race, how unlucky he was. Bernard rode him. And that's when I knew I had to fire Bernard at some stage. He was literally going over horses on the inside fence, and then I think he ran second in the Natal Guinea. Just the most incredible horse. Always tried so hard, and just so happy that he ended up in the right home, and you just knew that he was going to make somebody happy. So it's very fortunate in Cape Town to have people that are not far away and always looking for good racehorses.
Yeah, he was certainly consistent throughout his career, and as you said, lovely to see that a lot of these horses, despite what people think, are going to beautiful homes and going on from there. Yes.
It's something we take very seriously. It's obviously I was the pony welfare officer of Cape Town and stuff. So in both places, we're very, very strict in placing horses in the right places, because the NHRA have also been quite good, I think. It's been a long time coming, but they've got a lot more involved. And also, we give vet reports before the horses leave, and the people that take them have to sign over everything, all their details, so we can follow them. And obviously we have the Cape Horse Trust here in Cape Town, which is fantastic. They do an amazing job. And they actually take the horses and school them up so that then they can be replaced. A lot of horses can't be rehomed. They just, for young riders, they're too uncontrollable. So it's very nice having them here in Cape Town, so that they, Ken Truitt and them have made big efforts in raising funds for the cause and stuff like that. And John Friedman them started in the old days. It's just amazing, and it's very important. It's something that you can't have horse racing and not find these horses beautiful homes. So I'm just glad that we're in an era where it's taken seriously.
Run For It, an English Garden, hook to the stand side. Roman Wall, Il Saggiatore, Solar Travellers up the inside, Gold Onyx, Black Wings looking to run on an English Garden with a surge, Impanosa Hen, it's wide open, Run For It's getting going late on, Black Wing, Run For It, English Garden, the Apache flying, the Apache Run For It, English Garden.
We're out here at Fairhill Farm in Steenberg, where we're visiting some retired racehorses this morning, and our first one in our series is going to be Run For It. He's the lovely big bay behind Sarah here. We did get a few words from Justin Snaith, his trainer. He spoke very fondly of him, and of course he was a very, very good racehorse on the track. Sarah Ray now owns him out here at Fairhill and is doing a fine job. Sarah, he looks absolutely magnificent this morning.
Thank you. He's a very special horse, and we heard via Anthea Ovenstone that the Snaiths were looking for a forever home, and we knew he had a very special place in the Snaiths' hearts. So we are lucky enough to have him, and he came here in July 2015, and it's been very easy. He's worked very well, and I school him and ride him out and it's been a really good experience.
And they certainly love their carrots, don't
Yes,
they, these
they do.
retired boys? But Justin spoke very highly of him. He used to ride him himself on the beach and really enjoyed him as a horse in training. And as you said, you've been able to carry on with that, and he's been an enjoyable, good ride for you.
I have. He's been very easy to make into a riding horse. I have lessons, I school him, and I ride him out a lot. I don't compete. I did ride years ago, and it was just a case of good timing. When I heard he was available and decided it was time to have a horse again. So we're very happy to have him in our yard, and he's just a happy, easy horse.
Yeah, he does look absolutely fantastic. It's so lovely to see racehorses getting a forever home where they look so well, they're so well looked after. And what a beautiful place you've got here, absolutely stunning. He's sharing a paddock with a few Springbok. You've got lots of dogs around and a beautiful setting, nice and relaxed and peaceful.
Yes, and we're very fortunate because they're super outrides. We literally go down the road and we can go up to Kai Mountain. They're very nice sand tracks and good riding, or into the middle forest, or further down into the lower forest where the plantations are. And so we ride for about an hour and a half, and it's very accessible, so we're very fortunate.
So Rumford's just 12 now, so plenty of mileage left in the tank for you to ride him and hopefully compete as well.
Yes, hopefully. And also I'd like to encourage other riders to look at thoroughbreds off the track, because they're just so energetic and so muscular and work so well, and it would just be so lovely if more of them could become riding horses.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's not the first time you've taken on retired racehorses, and we've got another nice gentleman next to you there who's quite new to the farm as well, but giving them their lovely forever homes.
Yes, exactly. So it would be really nice if more people were encouraged, because it's just such a rewarding investment.
Yes, and you've got Captain America here as well. We're going to come back and see him another day. He's going to be another one in our series of retired horses. But, you know, people often think that horses don't have a future after racing, and of course they do. And looking at these fellows here this morning, they've got such a lovely life.
Yeah, and what I've learned is they adapt so well. You know, just a bit of commitment and riding and some schooling, they let down really quickly. And I was also very fortunate. I had guidance from Di Verlack at Equifeeds and her nutritionist Heinrich, and helped me with the feed, and they are just really easy.
Yeah, they look
we
to be...
all think racehorses aren't that good at competing and being riding horses. But this is a very good example, and I know so many people who've had good experiences.
Yes, I think so. Once they're in a different environment and they're schooled for whatever you want them to do, it makes such a difference. And these two, they're just so chilled and relaxed.
They are.
Really, really enjoying life. They love their carrots, they love their life, and I think we can't thank people enough like you for giving them these forever homes, because it's very, very special.
Well, it's our absolute pleasure. And we hope to have lots more.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah. As I said, one of our next horses on the show will be Captain America, so we'll come back and see him next time. But really impressive what I've seen this morning. These horses have got a lovely forever life here on a beautiful farm.
Thank you, and we're so fortunate to have them.
Thank you very much. It's been great to be here at Fairhill this morning. I think you'll agree with me. These horses are ultra happy. They're even getting into the camera and enjoying every moment of this morning's shoot. Really relaxed, and they've got a superb home here at Fairhill in Steenberg. Finally, I get to have Grant Knowles on the other side of the camera on tonight's show, where we chat about the upcoming Claverflay farm sale. It's going to be held at Durbanville on the 28th of March. It's an exciting race, lots of prize money up for grabs, and it's the best family day out as well, with the soccer and the braai. And I suggest you get yourself there because it's lots of fun. But Grant tells us more. The The Claverflay Farm Sale is coming up on Saturday the 28th of March out at Durbanville, and not only is it guaranteed to be a great race with some great prize money, but it's also a really, really fun family day. And Grant Knowles is with me this morning to take us through what's going to be happening on the day and talk a bit about the runners as well. Grant, thanks for joining me this morning.
Yeah, great stuff. I can't believe it's that time of the year already.
It's come at a great time because obviously we've had Queen's Plate, we've had the sale, we've had the Met, and we've got something to look forward to, and it's a great family day out, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it worked so well last year. Last year was the first running of the race, which was a 225,000 race for graduates that were bought at the farm sale the year previously, and obviously that brought quite a bit of support for this year's sale as well. And Betting World came on board and they've sponsored again, so it's great to have them as a co-sponsor of the race. But I think the best initiative as well was that we incorporated the soccer day with all the grooms teams. We had 12 teams that lined up, and it was a fantastic day. The grooms loved it. They all stayed and participated in the race day. We had a braai for them, and yeah, it was a fantastic day. There was such a nice vibe at Durbanville that day. It was unbelievable. But most importantly, there's only been 3 runners so far from the farm sale from last year, from June, and I think the trainers just maybe need to just make sure that their horses are registered now, and obviously they can run as maidens. We had a few maidens in the race last year as well, but really just an urge for them to make sure that they remember which horses they bought out at Claverflay in June, and we'd love to invite those owners to participate in the day. Yeah,
absolutely, because it's a good bit of extra prize money worth having a go. And as you said, a fantastic day. I really enjoyed the football last year because we filmed it, and the smiles on all those grooms' faces made such a difference. It was a fun morning.
It was, and there were so many close contests as well. I remember there were a couple of penalty shootouts to get to the final as well, and one of the teams, I think, was Snaith Racing, and Justin arrived, Jono arrived, and geez, the motivational speeches they were giving to their grooms to try and get that penalty scored, and yeah, it was a great day. But the smiles on the grooms' faces, they all very proudly wore their colours from the representative studs, and they loved the day. And it was Eric Sands' team that won. A little bit of a loaded team, and I think when we saw them warming up and knocking about, we thought Manchester United had arrived at Durbanville, and proved to be a little bit strong for the rest of the squads. But yeah, I think we'll have a few more teams entered this year, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more stud farms that their grooms would have watched on telly, because it was broadcast, as you say, live on Teletrack. They would have watched it and they would have said, geez, we'd love to get into a set of soccer silks and represent our farm.
Yeah, it was ultra competitive. I enjoyed every moment. But as you said, the day went on into the braais, and we must urge families to come along, because it really is a great family day out. Great vibe there at Durbanville Racecourse.
Very much so, and especially the grooms' families. I think they would love to see their dads playing soccer. I think they would love that. And I think the grooms as well, if you think that they probably, especially the stud grooms, they've probably raised some of these foals. They might have been there at birth when they actually delivered the foals, and now some of them could be running on the day as well. So there'll be a lot of moments for them where they'll be very proud of their achievements, of what they've done in terms of bringing these horses to a racecourse. I think we know what it takes to get a horse from the farm, from birth, all the way through to a sale, from the sale to a trainer's yard, through pre-training, and then to get to a race. It's a marathon trip, and a lot of that goes down to the grooms. And I think when they see their runners that they may have been responsible, maybe even showing them at a sale, and they see them now lining up in the parade ring and participating in the day, I think it's a very special moment for them. So for them to have their families there, we've got tables and chairs, we've got a wonderful braai for them. There'll be a better one for them to sit and enjoy with a tote and some nice cool drinks, and I think a lot of the farms really contributed nicely and got them buses in as well. So it's a fantastic day, and the owners enjoyed as well, because as you say, 225,000 Rand for what really possibly could be a novice or a maiden plate is a nice incentive to get to the races as well.
Absolutely. So the trainers must get into gear, get their horses ready for that race, because it really, really is worth it. And as I said, it's come at a great time just after the Met. It's going to be a fun day to look forward to, and let's hope we have a good field of runners as well.
Yeah, last year I think there were 10 or 12 runners, and I'd obviously like it to be a little bit more, which is why we're urging the guys just to take a look at it. And if they want to find out which of their horses are eligible, we can always go back onto the Claverflay website and have a look, see what was bought. We've got a list of a lot of the horses that we've been sent, and as I said, a lot of them not registered yet. So just in terms of getting those owners an opportunity to have a race on the day, we'll entertain those owners who have got runners upstairs in the restaurant, and I think it'll be set to be a nice day. And it also coincides with Dubai World Cup night. So once the racing's finished, once the soccer's finished, we can sit around, have a few cold ones and watch racing from Dubai.
Watching on the big screen, that's fantastic. It's going to be a wonderful day out. And of course, before we know it again, it'll be the farm sale again.
Absolutely, that's not going to be too far as well. And in between now, obviously, from the Met to the farm sale, we've still got got Derby Day and the Prawn Festival as well. So another nice big day to look forward to. And I know Vasco's love that day, and Brent brings all his clients from Vasco's to the day, and they have a wonderful day as well. So still a great time in Cape Town to be involved, and looking forward to it. I love the farm sale race day. It was just obviously the one that we've had, but I thought the vibe was really special, and it was really special having the grooms participate.
Yeah, I think so. And then, you know, it moved back to Durbanville's fun as well. But like you said, we've got quite a few big race days to come. It's been nice having a stretched out season, hasn't it? We've had a little bit more to look forward to this year.
It has been. It's been a little bit weird in some regards as well, because after the sale, it was normally boom, the Met was upon you. There's been a little bit of a lull between the sale and the Met, which I think for the trainers has probably worked out very nicely, because they've had a chance to focus on getting their runners ready for 3 Group 1s, a Group 2 and a Group 3 on the day, never mind the 2 big R5 million sales races. So from their perspective, it's probably worked out nicely, but it doesn't stop after Sun Met. There's still obviously 2 nice big days to come still.
And it was a wonderful Queen's Plate Festival as well. I really enjoyed that, didn't you? It was wonderful, great racing.
Outstanding. It's a day that's just grown in stature each and every year, and I'm sure Lomorants are very proud of it.
Yeah, well, best of luck, and we shall look forward to seeing you out at the farm sale. Thanks very much for chatting to us this morning.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Fee.
Great chatting to Grant Knowles this morning, and as we say, we urge all you trainers to get your horses ready for the farm sale race on the 28th of March out at Durbanville. It's a race worth running in, a fair bit of prize money up for grabs, and of course it's a great family fun day out, so get yourself to Durbanville on the 28th of March. Well, that's it for tonight's show. We look forward to catching up with you next Sunday evening. As I said, it's been a fantastic weekend down in Cape Town with the Cape Sun Met, and we've really had an enjoyable weekend. But we'll see you all here again next Sunday evening.